In 1994, my boss was a psychiatrist. She was the CEO of the private psychiatric hospital where I worked. And I was out of therapy school for a few years. I was working with dual diagnosed clients. I was working with adolescents. I enjoyed my work with the patients who were in our treatment program, but at the same time, I was frustrated with elements of utilization review and managed care that were really beginning to creep into the business that were entirely different than when I had started just a few years before that in the late 1980s. And I became, I think, a little more frustrated with providing therapeutic services, and I thought to myself, I would like to be the CEO of the hospital. And because the CEO was always nice to me, I remember I went into her office, knock, 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 and I asked her, I said, Michelle, I would like to be the CEO of a hospital. What do I need to do to be the CEO? She looked at me, she said, Richard, she said, you're awesome. I've worked with a lot of young therapists, but you have some tremendous skills. You can be the CEO of your own hospital. I had a smile on my face. Those were the words I needed to hear, somebody who believed in me. I said, and what do I need to do? And she said, well, I will move you into an administrative position, a clinical administrative position. She said, you'll be reporting to this person who reports directly to the person who reports to me. And as you gain experience in administrative capacities, and maybe if you go back and also earn an MBA, although that may or may not be necessary depending on what you do, I think that within 20 years, probably by the time you're in your mid-40s, you'll be able to be a CEO also. I went home that night, I thought about it. I thought about being a CEO in my mid-40s, waiting 20 years to be there, and continuing to work in mid-level administrative positions as I reached my goal. And so the next morning I went into Michelle's office, knock, 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 and she said, oh, Richard, hello, can I help you? I said, yeah, do you have just a minute? And she said, yeah. I said, look, I really appreciate you talking to me. I said, I want to thank you for that, and I'm going to give you my keys because this is my last day. And she looked at me and she said, what's wrong? I thought you wanted to be the CEO. And I said to her, I really do want to be the CEO, and so I am the CEO. She said, you're the CEO of what? They haven't fired me. I said, I'm the CEO of my own company. I'm the CEO of what at the time was called Bethany Educational and Guidance Services. She said, I'm really not following this. Yesterday I said I would promote you, and today you're quitting. I said, trust me, I'm not quitting because I don't like this place. You're an awesome person to work for. You've been very helpful to me. But the reality is, I don't want to be the CEO in 20 years. I want to be the CEO now. And she was mystified by my decision. I remember walking away and actually going to my car with great fear, unsure of what I was going to do. I had 2 young kids at the time to even pay the bills. And I thought to myself, I am the CEO of Bethany Education and Guidance Services. I had no product. I had no customers. I had no business plan yet. I took a teaching job 2 days a week at the local junior college. That paid my rent and gave me 3 days a week to do what I wanted to do. And I became the CEO of what became Peachtree Professional Education, and one of the largest, if not at least at some point during our career, the largest provider of mental health continuing education credits in the country. At the same time, I've been able to develop a meaningful private practice doing the work that I do with the clients that I enjoy working most with. If you don't like where you are, stop waiting for the time when you can be what you want to be. The only time that you have is right now. There is no other time. And so put yourself where you want to be. If you want to be successful in private practice, be successful in private practice today.